So now that we've already covered the case where if you've already got pre-existing barcodes on all your items, that's great. But what if you are coming in fresh to Katana and you've never used barcodes before? Well, I already mentioned that you can activate auto-generate barcodes from the barcode setting here, where generate barcodes automatically is listed. Now, as I mentioned, is that when you turn this on the first time, if you turn it on, it will automatically generate internal barcodes for existing items. This first checkbox basically will say that if you've got items that have barcodes, then it'll just add new barcode numbers to every single item that doesn't have barcodes associated with them. So what's really important is that if you want to ensure that barcodes are always going to be unique, the first thing that you would do is bring in your data that pre-exists from the last system you were using. And then if there is some sort of items in your Katana account that don't have barcodes on them, then you can turn this on. So first thing is to get your data up to date in Katana system and then activate automatically generate internal barcodes for existing items. That's why that first checkbox exists. And then from that point forward, any item that you add will automatically get a barcode generated for it, no questions asked. And it'll be unique. You can print it out, label it, and it will be always referenced internally for your team to use. Now, if for some reason you want to overwrite your existing or pre-existing barcodes, you can do that by turning on that tick. So first I'll just show you how it looks by creating them. First I'll cancel it. You can see that at the moment, majority of my items don't have any internal barcodes. And the same would also apply for my batches here, like so. Let's go ahead and activate that setting, and I'll show you what it looks like. And once this is done, it'll just automatically turn them on and then give those items all a unique barcode number. And here we go. Here's the internal barcode. So now all of these have been filled out. You can see it's a kind of a sequential order, and every single item, products, and materials will have its own unique internal barcode as a result of turning on that setting. This also means that anytime you add a new product or a new material, that barcode will be automatically generated just as well. Now here on the batches menu, you can see that there are also unique barcodes for every batch that has been created. So whenever we start printing out labels for our batch numbers, we'll have a batch barcode that will reference the associated batch number as a unique identifier. So this is a very, very helpful and useful tool whenever you are wanting to get your data in first and then carry it forward, or if you're just starting to use it for the very, very first time and have never had barcodes before. The main goal of this is that once these barcodes are automatically generated, the idea is that it's unique. There's not going to be any item in your account that has the same barcode. And this will always prevent duplication when it's activated. So that is the key advantage to this. You would never want to have a situation where one barcode references two different items. This will create a ton of confusion and a lot of problems as well for your business. Secondly, if needed, you can also overwrite them. So you can turn this off and then turn it back on and then overwrite your existing internal barcodes. So for example, if I've got my inventory of items, and you can see that this one, for example, this internal barcode for the American Blend 500 grams is something that I took, which was different. When we activate this setting, it will actually overwrite the pre-existing barcodes once it's been turned on and turned off again. So once that overwrite takes place, we look at our items list, and then you can see that it's provided a new set of barcodes for all of those items, as well as overwritten the ones that have had pre-existing barcodes. So do be careful with this as well, because you wouldn't want to be in a situation where you accidentally overwrite all of your items that you've already labeled. So these types of settings are something you have to only do when you're ready to do it, just as a key pro tip for future reference. And so, yeah, we can The next thing would be is to print those out. But next we're going to first talk about the different types of scanners, types of barcodes that also exist that are different, and how those would kind of interact with Katana, for example, and also how to print them out to make labels in our next video.